My husband said he was too busy for our daughter until I found Sweetheart's special seat for another woman in his car. The day my daughter spiked a fever, Mark was at a parent-teacher conference for his best friend's kid. I called him and she answered. She was all weepy and apologetic, then Mark snatched the phone. They're practically orphans, okay? Is it a crime to help them out? He was annoyed. I sighed. Okay, fine. I turned to my little girl Lily. Getting a shot like a champ. How about just you and Behashes from now on? Lily's face was flushed from the fever. Okay, for Tishes. She gave me a weak smile. I kissed her forehead, then I called the school principal to talk about transferring her to a new school. The principal said it would take at least a month. No problem, I'd survived 8 years of being a single parent in a marriage. I could handle a month. Lily kept looking at the door with those big round eyes. She didn't say it, but I knew she was waiting for Mark. I called him again, just hoping he'd tell Lily goodnight. The phone rang forever. Finally, Mark answered, all icy and ticked off. Sarah, I am just at this kid's parent-teacher conference. Do you have to call every 5 minutes and you lied about Lily being sick? That's low, even for you. I could hear a party going on in the background. It was that Chuck E. Cheese. Lily had been begging to go to Mark, always said he was too busy to spend time with his own daughter. Then I heard a little voice clear as a bell. Daddy, why aren't you eating? My hand shook and I almost dropped the phone. Right then Mark hung up. He didn't come home for a week. I used to cry and scream wondering if he was at Carol's place again, but now I didn't even feel like calling him. Then he showed up storming through the door. Did you forget to pack a lunch for little Timmy all week? He demanded. Just because you are mad doesn't mean you can take it out on a kid. Carol can't cook, so it's up to you. I just stared at the floor. Mark softened, squeezing my hand. You always wanted wedding pictures, right? If you would only be a little nicer. It was a joke. 8 years together, no wedding photos, no marriage license. Right before we were supposed to get married, Carol's husband died and left her with a 1-year-old son. She was devastated and went to the hospital. Mark spent all his time taking care of her. He didn't have time for anything else, especially not me. Our wedding license expired, so it never happened. He thought he could bribe me with wedding pictures, but I just stared blankly. Things were getting tense when Lily's teacher called. Lily was fighting at school. I grabbed my purse and ran. Mark came with me, all worried. He pulled up in his black Hummer. I got in the passenger seat without thinking. Then I saw it. A picture of Carol with a caption, Sweetheart's special seat. Mark saw me looking at it. His face froze and he ripped it off, panicked. He thought I was going to lose it like before, but I just said, let's go. Lily's waiting. Mark studied my face for a long time, then his lips tightened in a line. I thought about the way he'd carefully folded the sticker and stuffed it in his pocket, and I felt sick to my stomach. 8 years wasted. We got to the principal's office and this little blonde kid was bawling his eyes out. Lily stood there with messy pigtails and heaving shoulders, crying silently. Mark, being tall and quick, rushed into the office, basically blocking me. Lily saw Mark and lit up, then went to hug him, but Timmy got there first, throwing himself into Mark's arms. Mark paused, then picked Timmy up and started comforting him. I clenched my fists and scooped up my baby girl. Timmy wrapped his arms around Mark's neck and whined. Lily tried to take my cookies. That's why I hit her. You are lying. You stole mine. They started yelling again. Mark rubbed his temples. Is there any video? Yes, Tara's video. It was just fixed. While the staff searched for footage, Timmy looked around, his face pale. Carol burst in, marched right up to Timmy and smacked him on the butt. Don't you ever hit a girl? I am a girl and people hit me. It's not right. You need to be kind and generous with others. Tears trembled on Carol's cheeks, making her look so beautiful and tragic. Mark hugged them both. I promised I'd always protect you. No one's going to hurt you. I apologized to the teacher and led Lily out, covering her eyes. Warm tears soaked my hand as Lily hiccuped. Perchasses, I hate Daddy, me too. That night Mark came home early with a bowl of clam chowder. I got this just for you guys here. Then he went to shower.